Marvel's Ms. Marvel has been met with a lot of controversy. Now, ones that are, I would say, actually valid involve MsMarvels Powers and how much they changed in terms of what we had in the comics to what we got in the live-action series. Now we learn from the writer of the series, this was a hotly debated thing among everybody at Marvel Studios. So to me, the changes to Ms. Marvel's powers were one of the things that I was really put off by, and I definitely covered it. But to me, it's not necessarily just her powers, it's the way that you handle the history of the powers. To me, they could change her powers. I would be cool with that as long as they kept the origin of the character somewhat the same and still made her an Inhuman. Now again, who knows what could happen in the future with retcons, and who knows what'll happen in future seasons and appearances. The jury's still out for that. But again, we just always wanted to figure out why exactly did they change it? Well, recently, the actual writer of Ms. Marvel, Bisha K. Ali, talked a little bit about this. And what's revealed is that, well, Marvel Studios was literally debating this up until the production of the series. And it was one of the things that was hotly debated among everybody because the polymorph powers go so hand in hand with Ms. Marvel in the comics. But from the standpoint of what they had to do with the MCU, what changes they had to implement, and other factors that she doesn't go into, the powers had to be changed. And she tells all of this to EW. And essentially, she says that she sat down with Kevin Feige, and literally right then and there, they started to have this argument and debate. This is her powers, this is how she should be. And he was saying, well, we can't do that because of X, Y, and Z. Now, she doesn't explain what X, Y, and Z is, but my guess is going to be the Inhumans TV series that ruined the Inhumans forever. That's my guess. You could speculate otherwise, but that would be my guess. So they ultimately made a decision to do her powers the way they did in the series, but also have callbacks and references to her polymorph powers. And we obviously saw that very early on. Right there in the first episode, you see, the hand stretch and everything and all that. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the future, and if they do in fact go down a route where maybe she does develop these powers fully and it's like a unison of the two. But again, I love the series for what it is and what they do with it, and I'm still iffy on the powers, but it's just one of those things where it's one small inconvenience among many other things I like, and I could pretty much apply that to everything. I apply it to Batman Begins. It's my favorite DC film of all time, but made plenty of changes. Same thing with Avengers, for example. Plenty of changes, but we're here, we're now, who cares, I guess.